Okay, so today we are going to be creating a piece of digital art inspired by Kehinde Wiley, and we're going to be using the cutout tool today. So before we start, it's nice to look at what's inspiring you if you're going by a piece of art. So we're going to look at this artwork that's inspiring us to create our piece. So this is an oil painting. As you can see, there is a pattern of plants and flowers in the background, and then in the foreground or the front of the picture there is a woman. So for your project you're going to need to have a pattern that you've selected and a picture of a person that you've selected. You should already have those on your computer, so you can use Unsplash, or you can use, if it's a person that you know, you can use a picture of them and upload it, but it should already be on your computer ready to use. So we're going to be using Pixlr today. We're going to be using Pixlr E. So you're going to go to Pixlr E, and we're going to start with opening the image. That's going to create our first layer. So I chose Augusta Savage for my picture. She is a sculptor from the Harlem Renaissance. She also was a teacher and taught a lot of other well-known artists. So you're going to start with the person that you've created or that you've chosen, and we want to be able to see our pattern in the background. So in order for us to do that, we need to cut out all of the background area. And we're going to do that by using the cutout and mask tool. So you're going to go to the scissors over here. And as you can see, there is a lot of tools up here that you can use. First one you want to look at is mode. So there's two options. You can add to mask or remove from the mask. So if you're adding to the mask, you're actually taking away everything but what you selected. So that's not what you want to do. In order to undo that, you can come up here and click edit and then undo, but an easier way to do that is just click Control and then the letter Z on your computer. So these are the different tools that you can use to select things to cut out. First, we want to be on remove for mask. So these are the different tools. The first one is shape. So you can use different shapes to cut out areas of your picture. The next one is magic mask. So you can select pieces and it'll automatically cut it out based on color. And then there's also a draw one where you can draw. And then a lasso one where you can, it's similar to shape, but you create the shape yourself. Those are the four we're going to be using. So if I have a very clear background, meaning it was like taken up against a wall, it wasn't really taken somewhere with a lot of different colors, then I would use the magic mask. That's going to be the easiest thing. So if you're taking a picture of someone that you know, you might want to take it on a plain background, so that way it's really easy to get rid of. So I can try it, but a lot of things are going to be cut out that we don't want cut out. So I'm going to undo those things. And I'm going to start with the shape mask. And I'm going to select this big rectangle because this is a big chunk of what we don't want. So I'm going to go ahead and start by trying to just use the rectangle to get most of the background. Okay, so that's most of what I can see. that I can get with the shape tool. So as you can see, we got quite a bit. So now I'm gonna go on to use the lasso. For this, you could either use the draw or the lasso. What we need to do is go right along the contour of our object and person. So these are good to use because they can get really close. So I'm going to zoom in on this and I'm going to work my way around the picture, and I'm going to start up here. So you can use the draw. Some people prefer that. Something about the draw tool is that you can change the size, and then you can just try all of these different stamps if you want to, different shapes that you can use to erase the background. So I'm going to actually use the lasso because it helped. That's just what I prefer. There's nothing wrong with either one of them. This is just the one I prefer. So I'm going to go ahead and start up here and try to go as close as I can to the outline. And you can see I'm going very, very slow. And once I get up here, I'm going to stop. The reason is if I get all the way up here and then it turns out that I missed a spot or something like that, I'm going to have to undo pretty much everything. So you want to do it in small chunks so that way you can kind of get everything. So I'm going to go ahead and go all the way through this. So the next thing I'm going to do is add my pattern to the background. In order to do that, we're going to need to create a new layer. So here's our layers over here on the right side. And right here is a plus sign. You're going to click add. Now you can add an empty layer, an image, or a text. Now we already have our image, so we're going to click that. And I chose this picture of flowers, so it's going to open up right there. And then I obviously want this to go in the background, so I need to get it behind there. So what I need to do is drag this, our background, behind our image. So all I did was just move the layer behind our picture. So that's how you create a Kehinde Wiley inspired digital artwork. All right, see you later.